What's up, guys? Eddie from Harlembling, and today we're going to talk about men's rings. First of all, is this a good look? No. It's the ugliest look I've ever seen. Why? Because there's certain rules to wearing rings. What hand should you wear your rings on? What fingers? What each finger means? How you should match your rings. I'm going to talk all about that in this video. But first, we dropped this new chain. Check it out on Harlembling. Fully iced out Moissanite Franco chain. Looks good with any pendant. We also have it in bracelets. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe down to my channel down below. Also, remember, guys, 30 now, 30NOW will save 30% off the entire website if you spend at least $1,000. Take advantage of it, because I'm telling you right now, you guys know Black Friday is a scam. Black Friday prices go up, they don't go down. Just a little hint for you. So, what hand should you guys wear your rings on? It really doesn't matter for jewelry, for regular rings. A lot of you guys will wear wedding bands on your left hand, especially in America. In the Orthodox religion, you wear it on your right hand. That's really the only main difference. Other than that, I prefer wearing my rings on the left hand simply because I'm righty. So it's just more comfortable for me. With the right hand, you eat, you talk on your phone, you punch somebody, you wipe your ass. So if you're a righty, most people will prefer wearing them on your left hand. If you're a lefty, on your right hand. But there's really no set rule for that. Now, what's the maximum amount of rings you should wear? Remember that in the beginning of the video, how I showed you? That looks stupid. I go for quality over quantity. Again, it's in my best interest to tell you guys to go out and buy 15 rings. I go for quality over quantity across both hands, 2-3 rings. So if you're wearing a wedding finger on one hand, maybe you can pull off a pinky ring on another hand. I would also balance them. I would go one hand, one ring, maybe two on one hand. If you want a third ring, put it on your other hand. Don't wear all of them on one hand. It's also more comfortable like that. Now, you also want to balance your rings with jewelry. So if you're wearing a watch or a bracelet on one hand, don't slip the ring on the same hand. Slip it on the other hand. It's a more balanced look. It's more subdued. It's more comfortable to wear. Again, it's just a suggestion. A lot of you guys will want to comment down below what you think. But a lot of you guys will wear a bracelet, a watch, and a ring on one hand. I think it looks nice and balanced. This is an important rule though. Match the metals. When I say match the metals, if you're wearing a ring that's white and a ring that's yellow on one hand, it looks off, in my opinion. Now, you can get away with it if you're wearing a two-tone ring. This ring, it's silver over here, but it has a gold coin. That's fine. But if you're wearing a yellow wedding band right next to a white ring, I would swap this one for a yellow ring. Match the metals as closely as possible. It also, I like matching my metals when it even comes to the chains, the watches. So I'm wearing a silver watch. I'll wear a silver chain. I'll wear a silver ring. It's a more inline look. It's like you're not going to wear a red shirt with yellow shorts and blue sneakers. You want to match your look as closely as possible. The other thing is, if you have large hands, you can pull off larger rings. I have small hands. This ring looks a little weird on me, so I would rock with something like this instead. If you have larger hands, you can pull off larger rings. Large rings on smaller hands will make your hands look smaller. So that's just something to think about. Now, what do the ring mean on each finger? There's the pinky ring. It really has no cultural or religious meaning. It's associated with mobster culture. A lot of you guys like the red ruby rings. It's a very hip-hop look. Historically, it was for kings. They would wear pinky rings, so it's a very nice show of wealth, of status. Hip hop rings, large hip hop rings, look best probably on the pinky. Pinky rings. In astrology and palmistry, which is the science of the lines of your hands, I don't personally believe in palmistry. I do think some things in astrology are true. A pinky ring signifies intelligence and persuasion. So if you're wearing a ring on your finger, it means you're intelligent and you persuade people. Take that with a grain of salt. Ring finger. Historically, this is for your wedding band. For men and for women. Men should wear plain wedding bands, maybe with a line of stones. If you're a little bit more eclectic, you can pull something like this off with some stones, but they're usually skinnier rings or wedding bands. So if you're going to walk into a club like this, don't expect to pick up a lot of girls, because some girls will think you're taken. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe girls like that. I don't know. Comment below. But usually rings like that show that you are married. In astrology, it shows creativity, beauty. It's the only finger that has an artery that goes straight from here to your heart. I guess that's why they chose it to be a wedding band. So you can wear something religious on your wedding finger. It's like an unbroken artery from Christ to your heart. That has some meaning to it. The middle finger. The middle finger. It's the most manly finger. It's your biggest finger. It's also the most comfortable finger to wear a ring on if you're a first-time ring wearer. Believe it or not, a lot of people, they buy rings. Some of them even return it back to us. They're like, Eddie, I'm not used to wearing a ring on my hand. If you're the first time you're wearing a ring, the middle finger is the most comfortable one. Think about it. The pointer and the thumb you use to grab things. This one, the pinky, it's a small finger and it gets in your way when you move your hand. The ring finger, the middle finger is the most comfortable finger to wear your ring on. That's from some study, I guess. The pointer finger. The pointer finger. Finger that you point with. In Europe, actually, a few hundred years ago, only a certain level of people were allowed to wear rings on their pointer fingers. The reason for that is it shows status. It shows nobility. It's the most noticeable finger. If there's something really important about you, put it on your pointer finger. If you're a Mason, it looks good. If you're about that money, put it on the pointer finger. In astrology, the pointer finger represents power, leadership, and authority. Again, it's the most visible finger. Thumb rings on your thumb. In America, they're not that popular. In Europe, they're very popular. All around the world, there's probably more guys wearing thumb rings than on other fingers. It's a very comfortable finger to wear your ring if you're wearing other rings. I didn't really talk about it in the video, but if you're wearing a ring on these two fingers, your fingers don't really get together. The rings scratch each other. So instead of wearing a ring here and on your thumb, instead, put one over here and one on your thumb. It shows strength, it shows character, it shows identity. Thumb rings should really become more popular. I don't know why they're not popular. Thumb rings are great for me. Now, guys, again, if you're wearing a lot of flashy jewelry, you could also go for a flashy ring. In my opinion, it will take the emphasis from your necklace, from your watch. I would go for a more plain ring. If you have smaller fingers, don't get a huge ring like this. Get something smaller. It will look nicer on you. Don't put all the rings on one hand. Balance them, and you're good to go. Comment down below what you think. Shop harlembling.com. Best jewelry, best prices.